Hello everyone, with this video I'm going to be covering your Google account and more specifically how to use Gmail, because this is the heart of what we're going to be doing this year in my classroom, and I think it's important that you have a very solid understanding of how these tools work. If you know how to use these tools, your time in my classroom will be much easier and much more efficient. So with this video, I'm hoping that you learn a basic understanding of your Google account, and is more specifically how to do some things with Gmail, like how to compose emails, how to archive them, how to search them, and know how to write a professional email as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a different window, and what we're going to do in this window is I'm going to show you what it looks like with a brand new student email. That way we can learn some things. So in this window, I've just gone to google.com, and this is going to be a little bit interesting because you see this sign in button here. So I'm going to go ahead and click sign in, and it remembers who I am, or my fake student, and it says my first name dot last name at englissusd467.org. That's my Google account username. Yours will now just be usd467.org, so keep that in mind. But I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Now, whenever I sign in, it just brings me back to google.com. However, now the browser knows who I am, and so whenever I go to other places, it will allow me to access them as I'm logged in. So, easiest way to get your email, go up here, gmail.com. Boom, it'll take you right to your email. Right? So now I'm logged in, so I can access my Gmail. I'm also logged in and I can access all the other Google apps. So if you click on this little waffle right here, this is one of the easiest ways you can get to all your other stuff. All right? You can click on Drive, Slides, etc. More information will be coming about all those later. But what I really want to focus on is Gmail and how to use Gmail. And the first thing I want you to notice is this right here, using 0 gigabytes. All right, and then if you just even read this subject, saving up to 30 gigabytes of space. Your Gmail account, or your Google account more accurately, has 30 gigabytes of space for you to use. This is an absurd amount of space. It's not even going to really be possible for you to use that much space as 4 years with your 4 years in high school, unless you start uploading a bunch of movies and stuff. So don't worry about the space. You're never going to run into that problem. So keep that in mind as we go through this, because the first thing I think that students have a problem with that I've run into is students delete emails constantly. They get all these emails from me and they don't think that they're important, and then they delete them, and then lo and behold, 2 weeks later they're thinking, oh man, I wish I had that email again. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to deal with emails in your inbox, because there's all these little tools that Google has built into Gmail to make it much easier. So you have all these emails in your inbox, and they're all unread right now. So I'm going to go and open one. All right, hooray, cool little email. And I'm going to go back to my inbox, and you can see the difference between one that is read and one that is unread. This one's been read, these two have been unread. So let's say I want to get this out of here now. Now what you can do to move emails is click on this little box, and it opens all these little options up. All right, first of all, you can say mark as unread, so it'll take it back to so that it looks like it's fresh, so you don't forget that it's there, or that you need to mess with it. Or you can also mark as important, add stars, stuff like that. You can also add a star just by clicking this. The stars will become important in a second. But let's say you have this email and you're done with it, and you don't want it on your main screen, you don't want it on your inbox, but you know that you don't want to delete it. If you want to delete it, it's right there. But to make sure that you keep mail and don't delete things that you might need later, you archive them. Right? Whenever you click archive, it gets it off of your main screen, and you can always undo it or whatever. But what it does is it puts it in your all mail folder. So over here on the left, you have your inbox, you have your starred emails, you have your sent mail, you have your drafts, you have more. If you click on more, you'll see important and then all mail. So if you click on all mail, it shows all the email you've ever received, both archived and emails that have been left in your inbox. Okay? So that's all mail. That's where you should go. You should archive things, all right? You should archive things, and that way that you don't lose them forever. You just put them in your all mail. And again, you're never going to fill up that space, so it doesn't even matter. So you don't really need to worry about it. All right, you can also keep track of important emails by, like I said, starring them. If you click on starred, you get all your starred emails. So if you star emails that are important, you can keep track of them easily. Another thing that you can do, now our inbox is clear, but let's say you do remember that there is an email somewhere out there referring to how much space Google has, or how much your Google account has. So like, let's say you just search for 30 GB. it'll pull up whatever email has 30 GB in here. And of course, that's that email saying that you have 30 gigabytes of space. Whatever you put in here, you could search for baseball, right? It'll pull up every email that has baseball. You're just using the Google search engine to search your email account. That's very helpful. That way, if you think you don't know where article of the week 10 is, you can go and just search for it. Or let's say you want to go back to article of the week 5, you can search for that, and then you can find it and use it. All right, so keep that in mind. Keep that idea of search in mind, and it can even get a lot more complicated where you can search for emails specifically from certain people or to certain people, or doesn't have. There's all sorts of different options, and that's really a little bit more advanced, but it's so cool I kind of have to show it to you. So with these emails, I also want to show you what it looks like whenever you get an email from me. So I'm going to go ahead and send this this fake account email. So I'll be right back just a second. Okay, so I've opened up my other account and I've sent this account an email. So I want to show you a couple things, and this is important for how to deal with emails from me that I write to you directly. So if you open this up, I want to draw your attention to a few things. One, you can star things here. You can also click on that to reply or more. You can do stuff like that, which is important but a little bit advanced. So here you have this email. I want to show you these three options: reply, reply to all, or forward. You don't want to reply to all. All right, reply to all means you'd send me an email. You'd be replying to me as well as everybody that the email was sent to, which is right here, which is generally going to be your entire class. You don't want to reply to all, and this is good advice for life. You should never ever use the reply all unless you know exactly what you're going to say and it's not going to be bad in any way. You don't want to send a nasty email to an entire group of people. If you do need to communicate, it's better just to do it one-on-one, so you're going to want to click reply. All right, so what this email is asking you to do is it says, hello class, write me a short email telling me where you would live to travel, where you would live to travel. That's great. That's a typo. I should say love to travel. Where you would love to travel one day and why. Be sure to write it in the professional email format. Sincerely, Mr. Butt. Okay, so that's what your task is going to be. So what I want you to do is you're going to have to write an email and send it to me. All right, so you're going to go ahead and hit compose. This is how you're going to communicate with me. You're going to communicate with me by email, and this is talking about sending me money. You don't need to send me money. That's just one cool option that Google allows. But this is your compose window. All right, so you're going to put my email in here, and my email in the future is going to be mrbutt@usd467.org. There will be no English, right? But you can send emails to multiple people. So let's say I wanted to send this. I could send this to, I don't know, there's a few names there, but you could send this to a lot of other places as well. So with this in mind, you could send more emails. You can also carbon copy people on or blind carbon copy. Those are a little more advanced. You don't really need to mess with those. All right, but how to write a professional email? The first step is you always have to make sure that you have a subject. All right, this email is asking you the place you would most want to travel. The place I most want to visit. All right, so the place I most want to visit. That way you know that the recipient's always going to have an idea what this email is about. So you have to always include a subject. You always include a subject. You also always include a greeting. So if I were a student, I would just say something simple like, hello, Mr. Butt. All right, so you have a greeting followed by a comma. Now you go down 2 spaces. You hit enter twice. You go down so that there's a line separation. I would love to travel to Rome and eat great Italian food. All right, there's your email. So the body of your email, it's in this block structure. So if I had to write another sentence, I would love to travel to Rome and eat great Italian food. It has always been a dream of mine to do that. All right, so now you see it's 2 lines. So this paragraph, it's separated by itself, but now I'm done. I want to go down and I want to finish this email. So again, you hit enter twice, right? You're going to put your closing, sincerely. Sincerely is a good closing, or best wishes. Just stick with sincerely with me. 99 times, that's the best one. You hit enter 2 more times, and you're going to write your name. My fake student name is William Maxwell. All right, so here you have the professional email format, right? You need to follow this. It's in this block paragraph structure with a line separating each paragraph. That's what the professional emails look like. All right. Now, just because I think that you're all pretty familiar with this. I do want to show you a couple things down here at the bottom. One, you have formatting options. You could change your font, do italics, underlines, do bullet points and lists, stuff like that. You don't really need to mess with that right now. Just keep it simple, keep it professional. You can also attach files, which is useful, all right, from your computer if you have a desktop. I'm going to go ahead and cancel and close that. You can also attach files from your Google Drive. I'll be showing you how to do that. You can insert pictures and links, all this cool stuff. The other thing that I want you to notice is it says saved right here and it has a little trash can. And it says discard draft. All right, what Gmail does is, even if I close this, it keeps all of your drafts in a folder. All right, so you can go through and delete them, but this draft of an email, it always keeps that. It saves every keystroke that you make. That way, you always have that. See how it said saved and saving. It has everything that you're going to type. That way, if like the power cut out, you'd actually still have most of your email there, which is pretty handy. Or maybe you don't want to send it right away. Maybe you want to wait for whatever reason for another hour or two. You could send it later. So use the drafts function. That's important. But when you're ready to hit send, go and hit send, and I'll get it on my end. So what I do want you to do, I do want you to send me a quick little email in professional format of the place that you most want to visit and why. Make sure you follow that block structure. Send it to my email. My email should be mr.butt@usd467.org. Have a good one, everybody. That's it. Bye.